It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Titans and the Jags, coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess. They could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. Done a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Jacksonville offense getting ready to begin this first drive, and at the helm, the #1 overall pick back in April, Trevor Lawrence, the rookie out of Clemson. Now Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Bud Dupree. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Grant on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Faking the give, now Watson. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Deltae Jackson picks it. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Henry running right. Runs over it, and they can't bring him down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Looking downfield for Jones. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Watson off play action. Man open, here is Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. K'Lavon Chaisson charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. After the sack on 1st down, Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. James Robinson and the rest of the Jags offense set to go to work once more. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives? So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done. Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
Hey, lock it. Pilot, 64, weak. Lock it, lock it. Hey, Kelsey, come.
On third down, it's Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball. All right, when guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. Now a first down throw complete downfield. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz.
Touchdown, Titans! Tyron Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now. as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Powers through him. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles. And he did it with style, too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So our two teams, the Jags and the Titans, CD, they formed a pretty good rivalry here in the AFC South. It's been the Titans who have arguably, though, been the best team in the division of late. But these Jags, they have certainly made some big changes since these two teams last met.
And those changes you're talking about, brand new front office, brand new head coach, young quarterback, I think for sure they're on the right track. And to me, this division has a chance of being one of the more competitive ones over the next few years. There's no team right now that you would say is going to dominate in the foreseeable future.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To the air yet again, Watson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And it's a Titans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. James Robinson and the rest of the Jags offense set to go to work once more. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Ready, go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So we reach halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Watson. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top-flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He's got his big tight end, Farrell, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Watson. Looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Julio Jones, 76 yards. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Finds the open target, Arnold. Touchdown, Jaguars! Dan Arnold, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Watson's throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Escaping the pressure right. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
44's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill.
Watson looks to throw again. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Lawrence. That is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, that's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play that time for the Titans. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tony Jefferson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Rolling to his right. Jones has it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Being chased out left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Flush to his right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Slide for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's set. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Joey Sly for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And Watson's going to throw it here. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.